Yay!
Yay!
So today we will be looking at channels and teams. More specifically, we will be looking at how to create channels and the different types of posts you can add to them. Today we are going to be looking at channels. If you think about it, channels are like your skeleton of your course. Channels are what organize your course into different units of study, different topics, different standards, etc. And if you want to begin adding and fleshing out a lot of information to your courses, channels might be something that you consider doing. You do not have to use channels if you want to post everything in your general channel, which is here, and then you see it here. You can do that, but if you want to add a little bit more structure and organization to your course, you can use channels, and this video will walk you through how to do that. So the first thing you want to do if you're going to add channels is you want to think about how you want your course to be laid out. Do you want to organize it by topic, chapters? If you're going off of a textbook, you can organize it by weeks. You can organize it by standards. You've got a lot of options. So think about how you would typically organize your course, and then plan that out to do that for your channels. So when I typically organize my courses, I do so by modules or by units of study. So that's what I'm going to show you, but keep in mind that you do not have to use these types of titles. You can do it by chapters, standards, weeks of study, etc. So the first thing I am going to do is come up here next to the course name and click on these three dots. Once I do that, you'll see a drop-down menu that comes up, and you're going to click on Add Channel. All right, so you have some options here inside of this channel. First, you have to give the channel a name. So for today's purposes, I'm just going to say Unit 1. And description, this is optional, but I'm going to just say Unit 1 Studies for Eubanks Sandbox. So I've got a short description in there that will tell folks what is contained in this channel, but again, this is optional. All right, so let's look at privacy here. This basically means who can access your channel. And right now, the default's to standard, but you can set it to private. If you are differentiating for your students, or if you create a unit of study, maybe just for some students who are working ahead, or maybe just for some students who need a little bit of remediation, you can create groups inside of your team, and then you can assign a channel just for those groups. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it as a standard accessibility so that anyone can see it, because this is where I want my entire class to go, so to speak. And then the next thing I'm going to do is click this. Basically, this means that I am automatically showing this channel to everyone in the course. Once I've selected those things, I'm going to click Add. It's thinking, and then you'll see that my Unit 1 is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and build out some units or some channels just so that you see them and see what that will look like once you've created them in your class. All right, so as you can see, I have built out 5 different units of study here. Your courses may have up to 20 or 30, just depending on what topics you add, but for now I've just put 5 in there. But now you can see I've got sort of a skeleton where I can go in and add materials, add posts for discussion. I can add basically announcements, and I can also add assignments to each of these units so that they are organized, and so that if I have students in my class, they can access it fairly easily. All right, so the first thing you need to do once you've created your channels is decide what kind of information you are going to put in them. Now I'm going to click on Unit 1 channel itself, and you can see that when you are inside of the channels, it posts as there's nothing in here. Across the top you have posts, files, and notes. Now, you are able to add files and notes to this, but for today we're going to focus on what it looks like to add posts and then also assignments to channels. So there are essentially 3 different kinds of posts that we might want to use inside of a channel. One is a post to make announcements. Another is a post to literally post reading materials, things for the students to view, things like that. And the third is a discussion post. So I'm going to create one of each of those in the video and show you what that looks like. So the first type of post I want to talk about is an announcement. Basically, an announcement is a reminder that students will see so that they remember to maybe turn things in, to read a chapter, to watch a video, to take something home, things like that. So all you have to do is click inside of the post and start typing. So I'm just going to say, don't forget to read chapter 3. If I could type. And apparently I cannot type, so let me fix that. Wow, that was terrible. I think the best part about making videos is that you get to see all the mistakes you make and then fix them. All right, there we go. So don't forget to read chapter 3. Easy, quick, and you have a post that's there. So students can actually come down here. They can reply and say, are you sure you want us to read that? They can react. If you hover in the right-hand corner up top, they can give an emoji and show what their reaction to it is. Maybe it makes them angry. So you'll see that that makes them mad, and you'll just have the emoji angry reaction, things like that. So students are able, like I said, to read it, to see it, to reply to it, but it's pretty straightforward. And of course, it shows up in the middle of your channel. Now, another type of post is a post where you add in materials. So let me show you how to do that. All right, so I have got information in there then that says, please view the attached presentation and watch the video. Take notes in the Unit 1 section of your binder. So now that I've got instructions in there, I need to attach something. So to do that, I'm going to click on this paper clip. And I'm going to upload from my computer. If you have something in your OneDrive or in your Teams, you can do that as well. Now, this information in my computer isn't in reference to anything, but I'll just add it. Let's see here. All right, so I have a presentation right here, so I'm going to attach that. And then I just click it, click open, and you see it processing right there. Once it finishes processing, then it just sits inside of your post like that. And then you can also add videos through links, and I'm going to show you what that looks like as well. So I've gone to the YouTube video that I want to add in, and keep in mind that you can add in any link that that you get. So if you want to link to an external website, anything with a URL, you can link in. So I've copied it, and now I'm just going to paste it right there, and it's got the YouTube. Now I've already pasted this in it before, so automatically it shows a preview. The first time you do this, it's going to ask you if you want to show a preview. Go ahead and do that. It will make the link a bit more prominent, and it will show the thumbnail of the video so that students, it'll catch their eye and then it'll watch it. So once I'm done with that, again, I'm just going to hit this little send button that looks like a paper airplane. And there's my post. So the third type of post that I want to talk about is a discussion post. It's a little bit different from other assignments for a couple reasons. Number one, you can create an assignment where students receive points for completing a discussion post. You can do that inside of Teams, but honestly, I would just create it as a participation grade or as a discussion grade inside of Aspen. You can note and see which students have participated and have followed the instructions, and then you can award them the points there. It's a little bit easier than trying to keep track of who has posted in one post and then going to the gradebook and trying to add that in. So Aspen might be the best place to do this, but let me show you what a discussion post could look like. So I am going to copy and paste a discussion post that I've used in the past for other online classes so that you can kind of see how robust you can make a discussion post. You don't necessarily need to make your posts this detailed. This is just me showing you the sort of things that I have included in them before. All right, so when I do discussion posts, I always include two components at least in there. The first is information about how they can earn full credit or directions, and the second is the actual post itself. So you can see that I've sort of said the skinny on how to earn a 100, just their instructions, and I make students post at least twice. That's up to you what level of interaction you want them to have, but I have them reply to the writing stimulus or the discussion question, and then I have them go back and reply to a classmate and answer them. Instead of allowing them to say, I agree or disagree with what you said, I actually make them engage in conversation so that they are contributing something to the discussion each time. Again, that's my personal preference, but you are welcome to just do it as you see fit. And then I've got another section that just says the discussion, and it's got the directions of what they need to do. For mine, I'm sending them back to a text that they have already read and asking them to find examples of tension within the text and show how the author reveals that tension. So again, this is my English teacher background, but I've got a lot of information for them in there. And then once they've completed doing that, they hit the little send button that you see there. Right here, you'll see that mine is a check, and that is because I've gone in and edited it. It didn't post right, and so if you decide that something is amiss or you want to go back and add something to one of your posts, if you hover the mouse in the upper right hand corner as if you were going to give it one of the emoji likes or dislikes, but instead of that, click on the three dots. You can actually go back in and edit the post. So you can change things about it, such as edit the text, like if you wanted to change, make it bold text, strike through, different color of text, make a bulleted list. There's a lot here. You can edit the things that you include if you want to include emojis, stickers, GIFs, all those good things. And you can also put this post into multiple channels by clicking on that, and that will allow you to select additional channels that you want to put the post in that you see there. So you've got a lot of options once you make your initial post and then go back in and edit it. You know, you just got a lot that you can do with it. Once you're done editing, you're going to hit that check mark right there, and it is going to finish up. So you can also add assignments to channels, and I will show you how to do that in the next video. But if you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. See ya.